Hello everyone. Welcome back to Remind Knowledge Sharing Channel. Develop yourself through good books. I want to share a book with you this week. Extremely precious. This book is called Heart, The Power to Make Life as You Wish. This is the author's last work. A book that codifies business philosophy, life philosophy. More than 85 lives of Japanese business mogul, master of life philosophy, Mr. Inamori Kazuo. To mention of Inamori, I am sure that many people love books. They're all very familiar. Legendary entrepreneur. This Japanese, he left us a lot of books, extremely valuable, and it's worth pondering. For example, A Way of Life book, A Passion for Success, for People and for Profit of Inamori, or A Compass to Fulfillment. But today, the first book in the series, his works that I have chosen to share with you, it was the last book in his life, Inamori. This book was written when he was 90 years old. In just 1 year, it's been translated into 15 languages. It's been listed as a bestseller all over the world. In the book, Inamori Kazuo summed up her life experience. In one word, it's heart. With experience, 85% of people have a successful life, happy and full of wisdom. You've told us that everything begins with the heart and ends with the heart. Everything you meet in this life, it's all about your heart. When you can practice your heart to cultivate and enhance one's own temperament, you will get the life you want. And now I will share. Here are my key takeaways. After reading this book, let's listen to what is the foundation for solid success? The first is connected to the heart of the universe. Mr. Inamori Kazuo, who comes from a working-class background, in the formative years of one's life, he started with 2 empty hands. 27 years old, he established a limited liability company in Kyoto. It's now Kiyosaki. At the age of 52, he founded his second company. It's now called KDDI Electronics and Telecommunications. This is a giant electronics company in Japan. Both companies have grown and become the companies on the list, the 500 most powerful companies in the world. It's not just that. At the age of 78, he became president of the airline, China Airlines, and it only took a year to turn this airline on the verge of bankruptcy, in debt to be revived, and make high profits. Never before in the history of this company. So why? Inamori Kazuo is able to reap the successes in the fields of so different and business secrets. What is the foundation for your success? It's hard to believe the miracles that he created. It's not because you have status and money. It's not because you've developed a strategy, complicated business. It's because you always have a personal belief. It's very simple. That is, all success comes from a selfless heart. What is a selfless heart? To put it simply, it's always in your heart thinking for others. Since then, we've also taken acts of goodwill for others. Have a selfless heart is when you can use a kind heart. The most beautiful and caring for everyone. Actions that are motivated by altruism are always high probability of success, and sometimes it even produces results. Unexpected surprise. Inamori Kazuo pointed out that if you start your career with a heart, put the interests of others first, then everything will go in the right direction, and your destiny will be turned. Before you start and do something, Inamori Kazuo is always asking himself the question, is this an altruistic act? And he believed that anything that comes from goodwill and a heart for others, they all have a good result, and there will certainly be no exceptions. A good example is accepting an invitation to be president and rebuild China Airlines, comes from his own altruistic mind. The airline was on the verge of bankruptcy. At first, Inamori Kazuo refused many times, because you are all so old, and most importantly, he doesn't specialize in aviation. But he thought back and said, the rebuilding of Japan Airlines, there are 3 important meanings. The first is for the stability of society, and for the Japanese economy. If Japan Airlines went bankrupt, will have a very serious negative impact for the economy of Japan. If the construction is successful, it can raise social trust. And the second is protecting the lives of 32,000 employees. If the reconstruction fails, how many people will lose their jobs? But if it works, they will be able to protect lives for more than 30,000 people. And the third thing, it's for the benefit of the people in the country. If Japan Airlines broke up, there will be only one major airline, and there's a risk of that happening. High shipping fares, lower level of service, and will be detrimental. For the people, it's like a Confucian saying, to see what is right and not do it is cowardice. If you see something meaningful and don't do it, you're a coward. And this is the heart of Inamori, so that he could be in the midst of the pessimistic public opinion. Be brave and willing to accept it first. It's also because of altruism. He pushed hard for reform, and within a year, Travanalise was recovered quickly. Speaking of which, you'd probably think that morality sounds too much. Live for the good of others, you know? But it's too hard. If you think like that, you need to understand the root cause behind this view of yours, and to reinforce more faith for you about this concept for yourself. He said that deep in the heart of every person, there's always something called a soul. And further down at the end is the ego. That is, real people. It's considered the core of the human being. Footfall, it is the purest and most beautiful part of the soul. And here, how do we reach for our true selves? It's about living with an altruistic heart. You need to know that this self is also the center of the universe. To create all things, all religions believe that everything in the world has a single existence. That's the heart of the universe. It's all about us and everything. They're all shapes and forms. They're all in separate forms, but everything and we are all one. That's why when you reach the true self, the depths of the human soul, you also reach a place that's the center of the universe. Then we'll get to the root of all things and find the meaning of life in a different way. When you have a kind, altruistic heart, the deepest part of your heart will be connected to the universe, whereas the universe always has the will to act, to keep things evolving, development in the direction good and towards happiness. So when we have a beautiful heart, with an altruistic heart, we can resonate with the heart of the universe. This word can make everything in our lives, it's happening in a way that's naturally better. Inamori Kazuo believes that who understand this truth can also be understood what it means to be human, and understand why are we born in this life. In today's social reality, too many people live only to satisfy their desires. Want of self, crazy about the search for material wealth, with the ambition to achieve a position of power, but that's not the goal of life. Inamori has stood at a destination that many people as well as desire. That's what tells us the purpose of life. It's about honing your dedication to others. To say this out loud, it's not that you stood at the top, satisfied with money and fame. It's because from the beginning to the end, you all live with a heart for others. That's why you achieved those things. This is also the law of the universe. The more you give, the more you receive. When you give and live selflessly, you'll get the warmth back. Full and can be becoming more successful in his career. A selfless heart, it seems like giving way to others, but it's actually building a bridge for itself. Give roses to others with the fragrance left on my hands. And a selfless heart in the heart is to attract blessings and wealth. Full for yourself. Let's constantly cultivate and elevate our heart. With an unselfish heart, give and for others. When you put your energy into society, you will get value. In my own life, once you decide not to give up. Of course, if you only have a heart for others, it's not enough. Inamori Kazuo, that to achieve sustained success, you have to have the will, not afraid of difficulty. They are passionate about achieving their goals at all costs. He called it the burning fighting spirit. Inamori Kazuo believes that there's just a small difference between the successful and the unsuccessful. The difference lies in the idea that when faced with unprecedented difficulties, you can be sure that you can do it or not. When Kyocera was founded, it was a small factory. Gradually, it's attracted attention at home and abroad, and there's finally been leaps and bounds. But also in the process, it opened up 3 years of hard work for his company. The first challenge has to start with got a big order from IBM. IBM, however, requested Kyocera's products. It has to be 10 times higher. Currently, at that time, there is no equipment to produce such products. To complete this order, it's actually an impossible task. But in the face of great difficulty, Inamori Kazuo swore that no matter what, it must succeed. Because you just need to complete this order, can improve the technical ability and take the company to the world. Since that day, he moved into the factory where he ate with the workers, monitor every stage and the whole operation process. After every working day, Inamori sends each employee out of the company, thank them for their hard work. Then he went back to the office and keep working until early in the morning. After 7 months of samples made by through many times of testing, finally got the qualifying results. Then the plant started to operate at full capacity for 24 hours. Due to a large number within the specified time limit, it's brought great faith and success for Kyocera Corporation. Since then, has launched new products, one after another. Through continuous research and development, all of the company's projects were successful. Someone asked Inamori Kazuo how to achieve success over and over again. He only answered with one sentence: never give up. Then next, we'll learn about the 3 foundations to build a happy life that Inamori Kazuo pointed out in the book. It's gratitude for humility and hard work. First, whenever and what happens, whether it's good or bad, we all have to thank, no matter how well our lives go. Then these good things, it won't last forever either. He also advised us that don't let yourself get lost in victory and comfort. Forgetting about work, express gratitude to those who help you. Thanks for the help. It's something that many people still know, but thank you even if you yourself encountering difficult adversity. Not everyone can do it. For Inamori Kazuo, extreme circumstances, it's an opportunity to train your mind and soul. Thanks when there is a disaster. It can also help us get rid of karma. Inamori Kazuo told a story about this. He stumbled in the process. Develop your career, and the very life teacher, Nishikata. He gave you valuable teachings. After Inamori Kazuo founded the Kyocera Corporation, his company has produced artificial knee joints, and the doctors agreed that the knee joints do production is no problem, and they hope, as well as they urge, Kyocera will soon be on the market, as soon as possible. At the urging of the medical community, Kyocera has started production without obtaining a license. As a result, he was attacked by newspapers. The major magazine reported that Kyocera sells artificial knee joints to make money without approval from the Ministry of Health. This has caused a wave shock in public opinion. Kyocera Group as a whole and Inamori Kazuo's own were severely criticized. After this, he did not report the cure. That constantly stands out and apologizes. But it's been going on for days. He was physically and mentally exhausted. So he went to the temple, asked for the advice of the teacher. You two were sitting across from each other. He made tea as usual, listened carefully to the facts, and told Inamori Kazuo that it's good when disaster strikes. It is also the time when the past karma disappears. Suffering from this can help remove karma and clean up the mistakes you made in the past. It should be congratulated. I'll explain briefly here about the word karma that the master mentioned. It's a term in Buddhism, and usually just all the behaviors, thoughts and activities of people. Career is divided into good. Karma is bad and bad. To understand in a simple way, the industry is divided into 3 categories: good, bad, and neutral. And then we go back to Inamori's story. Jura, as soon as she heard the master's words, he was suddenly enlightened, and take the blame-ridden criticism. It's also a kind of penance, and only the most sincere repentance. You can cleanse your own karma. People can't live without suffering. And it's these times we must not be discouraged and fall into despair, because the master said when 7 defeats and difficulties came, it is also the time when the karma of the past is eliminated. So why are we not happy to receive it? Be thankful for the bad and hard things. You will take a new step. This is the secret of secrets, so that you can go through the journey of time, suffering of life. Next to gratitude, the second way to build a happy life. It's humility. Inamori said, "Humility is a talisman. With a humble heart, you can stay out of trouble. It's like you have an extra layer of clothing. Protection for life." We humans are so easily complacent. Many of us, when there is a favorable career development or a little better than people and was praised by many around, immediately the mood will be shaken. Maybe it'll fly like a kite. Aerial disorientation. If only we would allow ourselves continue like this, we will unconsciously become arrogant. Hubris and hacking translate with others. That's why life can go wrong. In the book, Inamori Kazuo tells us that the things we often believe are ours, such as body and mind thinking, emotions or money status, ability and reputation. In fact, it's all just given. That's why this kind of thinking is, all of this success is because of me. It's actually groundless. If we realize this, and frequently remind it, in life as well as at work, pride will disappear. Your heart will be filled with humility and gratitude. And finally, the third foundation for building a happy life, it's due diligence. After learning that, we need to live and work with a mind. Selfless, let others be grateful and humble. When it's difficult, we have to fight with a spirit. Never give up. The rest is to keep yourself going and have a happy life. A long-term successful career is hard work. Let's bring the faith. This life and always hard work. You will expect quickly. Get what you want yourself. And here are the secrets. Solid success and the foundation for living happily. There's a lot of deep philosophy in this book. Other by Inamori. I highly encourage you to read the whole book. Read this book and learn a lesson for yourself. At the end of the book, I had a feeling after reading this that I think that's one of the important ideas throughout the whole book. That's what Mr. Inamori did. Kazuo wants to send you a message. Your magnetic field determines your own destiny. Inamori Kazuo believes that everything that happens in life, it's all drawn and shaped by our own minds. In the book you wrote, all the misfortunes in life, there's no other reason. It's all attracted by your own mind. The mind itself does not cease to obey the misfortunes, and constantly complaining. It's called unhappiness. Complaining is a poison. And the more you complain, your situation will get worse. When you stop sending negative energy and adjust your psyche, you'll be able to find a light in the fog itself. In life, many of us are always complaining when it's difficult or anything that doesn't go well. As a result, the more you're afraid of something, the more you'll encounter it. The more you hide from something, the more you're going to run into it. It's like an artist once said, people are easily hypnotized because of what they say and the complaints that you're always talking about. It will become your own life. You need to remember one thing. People and things you hate is attracted to you. When you try to change your mood and get rid of negative energy, luck will shine in your life. So what's the way to get rid of negative energy? Live in a positive magnetic field. And it's called the man who carries the sun. Because no matter what, on his face there was always a sunny smile. You believe that, as long as you maintain a positive and optimistic attitude, even when the worst happens, it can also sail smoothly. When Inamori Kazuo was young, 2 grandparents and a grandmother died of tuberculosis, to the point they called his entire family the tuberculosis family. That's why when I was a kid, he was always worried that he would die because of this disease. And when you're really worried about something, it's going to happen. You actually have tuberculosis. Body weakness, mental weakness, nothing works. Right now, a neighbor gave him a book. The name is The Truth of Life. There's a magnet in everyone's heart. It can attract what you think. Any kind of disaster is possible. It's caused by the existence of a mind that attracts them. Nothing ever comes to us. We don't invite them ourselves. Your heart suddenly became clear. You no longer feel depressed every day and start studying hard. Do your best to prepare for the entrance exam that he'd failed twice in high school before. Then I didn't expect there to be a local bombing. Many people were afraid of being shot and fled in panic. But Inamori Kazuo is not afraid. He took the initiative to stay to help the sick in exile. That's why something amazing happened after the war. Your tuberculosis has gone away on its own. At the same time, he also succeeded, as you said in the book. The power of the heart can create all sorts of incredible phenomena. This is also the famous law of the magnetic field. Even though it's the naked eye, we wouldn't be able to see the magnetic field around you. But it's silent. It affects the lives of each of us. You're pessimistic about the world, assuming that everything is bad. In the end, you're going to be really unlucky and fall into the panic of life. But the opposite. The optimist, you can calmly deal with changes, even if they are in a dangerous situation. They can also focus to find the root cause of the problem. We will finally save the situation. You have to understand that all the good luck, it can't be obtained by searching. You have to attract it with a heart, positive and optimistic. When you're always smiling, life will respond with the greatest kindness. Inamori wrote like this in the last lines of book. Everything in life starts from the heart. The end is also in the heart. His life has gone through ups and downs, from war to deadly disease, from a difficult life to a business crisis. But there's no danger or any difficult situation that could knock you down, because you always have a righteous thought in your heart. You're not afraid, not complaining, and can also keep going to achieve great achievements, help for life, and live happily with a great wisdom. For a business or an individual, it's more than trying to have a smart strategy, a development plan, modern engineering. Then heart training is the fundamental thing. Hope for all of us can embody the teachings of the master philosopher Inamori Kazuo. Please remember that everything that happens in life, it's all reflections in your heart, good or bad. Thank you. You have to be humble to be grateful. Hard work. We can touch the truth of the universe. The secret to sustainable success, it's about having an altruistic mind. Do everything for others. When you feel you can't do it, it's time to officially start, no matter what. Fight to the end, and never give up. And finally, everything that begins in the mind also ends in the mind. I will stop today. Please stop here. Thank you for listening. If you think this is helpful, like and share with those who need it. Support or remind with a like button. Monitor and open the notification bell button to see the latest videos of mine. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next post.